Just another quick shout out to the Twitch chat room. Apparently, Mrs. Kennedy was in the Twitch chat room and was not super excited about Liam seeing the moon first. She even says, first of all, Liam's wife here, no, Mars, all caps. And then she goes on to say, I might stretch to the moon, give enough roses and nice dinners out. So, your message has been heard.
There you go.
Anna.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Sincerely, in the chat room, I was like, apparently you guys have got stuff to talk about when he gets home.
Got some stuff to work out there, Liam.
Whoa.
Good makeup sex coming on.
Oh my, yeah.
Whoa! It's after dark.
It is after dark.
It's after dark. Oh, man.
Ness.
All right, we need to do an open.
Hilarious.
Mike, what was your favorite story?
He didn't have one.
I hated them all.
Boring.
Updates from Maston Space Systems.
Ooh.
Jared?
Could a exoplanet be habitable?
All right, I've got an interview with Liam Kennedy with ISS Above, and you'll take us into the show, right?
Sure.
Space Mike, why don't you start us off? Ready? Number one. Yeah. Number one, right over your face. Number one.
I can't work under these conditions.
Me either.
Number one. Coming up, updates from Maston Space Systems.
Could the closest exoplanet be habitable?
Maybe. And I've got an interview with Liam Kennedy.
Well, that's good.
That's what you get.
No, that one's all Jared's.
Yeah. What?
Wait, why? I screwed that up. Why?
No, Jared.
Did you not
Jared
watch
was
Jared?
I just had like a huge thing of spit just like zip out and get all over my face. I was like,
amazing.
I don't feel as bad anymore. This is number two. Number two.
Coming up. We do talk about space news. No, real number two.
As opposed to fake number two?
Mm-hmm.
Coming up, updates from Maston Space Systems.
I'm sorry. Sorry. I've lost it. I'm gone. So.
Number 3.5. All right. Coming up, updates from Maston Space Systems.
What the hell?
I'm sorry. I can't.
Is he laughing at me? I think he's laughing at me.
No, it's not you. I'm just so out of
Tomorrow
it.
begins right now.
Is this live? Are we still streaming?
Oh yes, we're still live.
Okay.
This is a real thing that's
Streaming, but this
happening.
part won't be
Oh.
on the final episode.
There isn't even a pug on the screen. I don't understand.
That's it. Like, we have to take that one now.
What's going
Oh,
on?
man.
I've like lost all composure.
Ahem.
Okay.
You want to try starting it, Jared?
Yeah, maybe you should
No,
start.
no, I'm good.
All right, let's do this thing.
Okay. Number 4. Coming up, updates from Maston Space Systems.
Could the closest exoplanet be habitable?
I've got an interview with Liam Kennedy about ISS Above. About things. Stuff and things. That one's on me.
And space.
Creator of ISS Above? Creator of ISS Above.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, yeah, no, we're still live.
It's fine.
All right, keep going.
Ready, everybody?
Yep.
Ready? Okay. Number 5. Coming up, updates from Maston Space Systems.
Could the closest exoplanet be habitable?
I've got an interview with Liam Kennedy, the creator of ISS Above.
And I've got comments. Join us for this episode on tomorrow.
I forgot about that. Oh my God, we need to incorporate that in there. Yeah,
Jared
let's.
shoe
How
colors
can
and
we
sing
go?
his face.
We need to go Mike, Jared, Carrie Ann somehow,
Why?
because then I'll say, "Stay tuned," and then we'll cut to that. If Dud is okay with releasing that, I don't want to just.
She's so cute.
Yeah, please say yes.
Like the visual.
I mean, I can edit.
or
Yeah,
just
it'll be the
audio?
visual. I can edit that in, but I need to make sure you're okay with that.
You want the visual?
Yeah, but I don't need it in the switcher. I'll edit that in.
I'd rather not do the visual.
All right,
Yeah.
then.
I'm okay with audio, but not the visual.
Yeah.
All right, so without the visual, then we'll just take the one we had. I think we're good.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Woo!
Good job, everybody.
Woo!
Hey, real quick, I'm curious. If you can't hear me, can one of you ask Liam for me what part of England he's from?
What part of England are you from? Oh, wait, no,
He
he
can
can
hear
We're
you.
in the.
Yeah, I grew up near Cambridge.
You
Did
catch
you-
that,
oh,
okay.
Cambridge? He doesn't have a microphone.
I can hear him though. That's cool.
There you go. Yeah, I shouted out.
My family originally is from the northern part of England, Northumberland.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I have family up in Leeds.
Oh, okay.
Way in Yorkshire.
Yeah. That's some kind of that's in the is that in the Cumberland County, Yorkshire?
No, Yorkshire.
I can't
is all by
remember.
itself. So it's below
Oh.
Northumberland.
Oh yeah, in the county of York.
Boring.
Or it's Yorkshire.
On this episode of English Territories.
You're no kidding. We've got an everyday astronaut in the studio.
Of a.
All right. I think that's it. Mike, you're free to hang out if you want to, but I'm not going to make you.
Outfit.
It's up there.
Yeah, actually, let's see. It's about 1 o'clock my time right now, so I do need to get going here soon.
All right.
But this was a very enjoyable interview, and
Yeah.
if you can still hear me, this was very, very interesting. When I first saw this, I was, my question was, okay, why is this different from the, several of the different apps that are out there, and a lot of the information. I mean, just some of the stuff that you've added on top of the live stream that's available. Just it's great, and I really like this idea.
Thank you.
So, great interview today.
And remember, I'm just a bastard.
It's a very polite British term.
Yeah.
That bastard, he forced me to get this Raspberry Pi. Because he forces me to put it into a big TV.
No, it's pretty cool. I
Oh,
like
that's
that. I like that you don't need a computer; that it just kind of runs. Because as soon as you have to have a computer,
Yeah.
all those
It's what
stupid updates and all that other
Yeah,
fun
a
jazz.
lot of teachers have said that. It's just, they don't have to, some of them that were doing it before just run it all through their laptop and things don't work right. And
Let's bring you back on. Space Mike, did you anything else? Or should we let you go?
The only other thing is, since we're not going to be doing the show next week, I may or may not do a live stream on my channel. If those of you who are interested, if you guys still want to have something going on next Saturday. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Hey, everyone, don't forget that we've got our Discord channel. So we've got, and the Discord channel is, we're moving everyone out of Slack. So all of our escape velocity is going out of Slack over to Discord. We're done with Slack now. We've got an escape velocity channel in Discord, but then we also have a general channel, and anyone can sign up to the general channel. Now, my crazy musings, like my crazy is in escape velocity, my less crazy is in general. So like all the cool future show stuff, all the planet graphics, and all of that is escape velocity only. You do need to have that access. If you are an escape velocity subscriber and you don't have access on Discord, let me know and I'll get you set up. So if you're doing something like that, if you do your live stream and then you also use Discord, I might be able to join you guys a little bit, something. If you do it.
And all these different channels, too, have voice channels as well. So we could essentially have conference calls anytime we want. So
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. I want to kind of get
really like
launches
that.
going in there and do some back in the Space Vidcast days when we had the chat room with launches and whatnot. I kind of want to get that going, but like a next generation version of that, something. So, all right. Thank you, Space Mike.
See you,
Look
Mike.
forward to
Can't
seeing
wait
you in
to
a couple
have
weeks.
long-time viewers and first-time callers.
That sounds amazing. That sounds amazing.
especially
All right, see you later, guys.
Go
Great
ahead.
show today.
Arizona, you're on. Go ahead. That's my.
Yeah, so it's really hot here, and I'm just wondering how are they going to be able to have the air conditioning on Mars? Because I heard it's got so much radiation that they just burn up. Is that true? Because my cousin said it was really cold there, but I don't believe him.
Yeah, that was IAC, right? We need to have an IAC questions YouTube channel.
Yes, my bus.
You gotta come
take
check
a
out
look
my
at my
electric
bus.
out back.
And I feel like it was one
I actually have an electric go-kart out back that I really want you to check out. It's not like a golf cart, it's like a go-kart, like a moped. It's great.
Elon, I
Oh,
love
like-
you and want to kiss you. That was one of them, right?
Hey, I got this comic here. You gonna read it? What are you gonna do with it? You just gonna make me stand up here and not do anything? What are you doing with it?
We're with Funny or Die. That's created by a bunch of people. It's Funny or Die.
who I was with. And then I had
Oy.
Oh my God, Jared, that was so funny.
All right.
There's 5 people going over your head. Get outside.
See you, Space Mike.
Everybody. I'll see
Thanks.
you later. Good show.
And he's an ISS above now. Oh, ouch. Woo.
It'll be the most ambitious human project ever, and you're asking me where you're gonna poop.
Oh my God. Are we still stuck on the IAC questions? Yeah.
Are we on air still, or
Oh yeah.
I love
did we go off? Are we still on air? Because I can't. Yes. Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, students we talk about, how to poop on the space station. It's just,
Other questions for Liam?
recycled
We've got him here.
or the recycled urine. Which one would you prefer? Would be the
Oh, maybe.
What answer do you want?
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I think I'll go for the recycled. Said no, unfortunately, I've got it from Scotland.
Her thing's backwards.
It's recycled urine.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
All right, Carrie Ann, do you have your mic?
And then we talk about.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, it's quite inconvenient to poop on the space station, but at least their poop turns into shooting stars.
Gross.
It's packed
That's
into
gross.
The Progress resupply.
You got a microphone for you here.
Yeah. Hey.
There you go. Phlegm power. Electron could launch as soon as Monday. Yeah. Here's the thing to remember with the Electron rocket. They're doing a lot of stuff that no one's done before, right?
Yeah.
This is basically the first private spaceport, right? Is that true? Active spaceport. Orbital spaceport? I think that's true.
Yeah, I would say that's a pretty true.
Did you see how you can play out other videos via the ISS above?
No, I saw the web interface and I tweaked
Yeah,
some
there's-
stuff, but I didn't actually.
on the-
I
on the
did.
top
I did.
right
You
is
logged
videos,
in. You
yeah.
log in. You can actually click the
Video
thing.
section,
Yeah.
So you can.
So it's currently 5 till 8 p.m. on board of the space station right now.
Yep.
So they're probably winding down for the day, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And is the space station to scale?
Yeah,
Is it?
completely.
Is it?
It's
it's
the
to
size
scale.
of it's the size of Brazil.
Yeah, that's the other thing. So they say the Electron rocket looks cool. Carbon fiber makes anything look great, which is true. It does look really cool. It's one of my favorite looking rockets, but it is an all carbon fiber rocket, and including this liquid oxygen tank.
Yeah.
And historically, that has not played out so well for rockets. So they seem to think that they've got that problem solved. But even if they don't on this first launch, even if there's an anomaly,
Yeah.
they're in. I mean, that's what happens with first generation rockets. As long as they learn something.
They did do a wet dress rehearsal this week
Yep.
with their rocket, and everything checked out fine. So, and I'm just thrilled
Yep.
to have another rocket to watch. So,
Yeah, I hope they live stream, but I would understand if they didn't live stream their first missions because
Yes.
again, it's those are higher risk missions
yes.
at that point.
So,
All right, other questions for Liam from the chat room? Well, Jack said SpaceX took 4 times to get it right. And others too, right? I mean, the Atlas and Delta rockets are not without their. You want to go back and look at some big bada booms. Go back and look at Atlas and Delta. They're all stuff. Oh, Tokit says no live stream from Rocket Lab. I'm hopeful that someday that changes because I think watching it goes back to that getting people inspired. There's something about the most powerful vehicles humans build that go into space and get there in like 10 minutes ish. It depends on the vehicle. That's just awe-inspiring. I mean, it creates awe. And I think a lot of people assume that it takes hours or whatever it is, and it doesn't. It doesn't.
No, it's a very fast process.
It's a very fast process, and even if it's not successful, that is also a very fast process. So
Yeah.
yeah. Marty the Martian says, "I wish ISS above gave random witty facts about space and stuff." You need to have a wit mode.
A what mode?
Wit.
Wit, as in
Turn the wit
witty.
on. Yeah, turn the wit on or off.
Give it a personality.
Give it an attitude.
The Boston. I love the Boston.
Oh yeah,
personality.
you need to have different personalities
Yeah,
you can
well,
select from. That would be amazing.
So this is the other place. I'm really inspired when ISS aboves go anywhere, right? But I'm particularly inspired when it goes to a place where they serve adult beverages.
Okay.
So Wavelength Brewing is one of them down in Vista.
Okay.
And that's where you can go and enjoy space stuff and have your beer.
Sounds like
And
the best combination
There's
ever.
another place in Houston called Eureka Brewing, and it's actually run the husband. So the wife of one of the guys that built it, put the cameras on the space station. She was
that's
the main
cool.
project manager. So they got an ISS above in their brewery. And what they wanted was, something, whenever the space station passes by during hours, a big, loud noise comes on. And they say, special price on the cosmic,
that's
IPA.
great.
So,
Oh my God! Now I
so
want to
that's-
have. All right, if tomorrow opened up a brewery here, how many people? See, the thing is, I don't drink beer. It'd have to be like a full.
First
it
of
has to be a
all,
hoity-toity bar.
I'm going to be at it all the time. It's like Cheers, but for space food.
Oh my God!
Hey,
we
when
should
is
do
the
this.
space station coming over again? Yeah, okay. We can't drink until then.
5 a.m. Let's start the day right. Get your grains in.
Oh my God! We just do the show from there. That would be incredible. Sometimes you gotta go where you know the space station's overhead.
By the way, my coworker Phil Coltis says hello to you.
Oh, right.
So-
say hi to Phil
Yeah,
back.
you can say hi.
Oh, hi, Phil. Good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I didn't mention, I used to work at the Griffith Observatory.
Yes, he was just telling me you worked at our
Yes.
satellite facility.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, are you responsible for this Pluto mess as well? Then
Totally.
Are you
Yeah,
part of
I
that
am.
same group?
I feel part of that because
Because now everything's a planet thanks to you guys.
Yeah, I know. That is just so
Man,
bad.
we are blowing it big time.
Big time.
We are just ruining the universe.
So I love doing this. So I worked at the Griffith Observatory when it was closed.
Yes.
So that was it. It was closed for 5 years while they renovated.
Yeah.
And that
That was an incredible renovation, right? I mean, they basically
my
built
gosh.
a whole new wing under the observatory.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. if you couldn't-
Completely took out the front lawn, basically.
Yeah.
So there was nothing, and it dug right down. So you just and then built out underneath it. It was
The
extraordinary.
Griffith Boring Project.
Yes.
Yeah, they discovered oil. No.
We do need a boring project to get access up there. So
Oh, or just parking.
yeah.
Parking.
Oh.
I love the
gosh.
Griffith Observatory. They're great, but they have to fix their parking problem because it is like I'm like, oh, let's go
There's
to-
no real way to do it.
And
Well,
they tried
you have to
recently,
build some
right?
sort of
They
structure
changed
off the
the
side
way
of
that you
something.
get up there.
Yeah, they just recently changed everything to a one-way loop, even for us employees.
That's
So
even
now
worse.
It is. It's actually the traffic has
Mm-hmm.
actually worsened, and we were like, we were telling the city, hey, this is going to worsen the traffic problem up here, and they're like, oh no, don't worry about it, it's fine. And the person who planned it out came up to the observatory once for 5 minutes to check out the area, and I feel like I shouldn't be saying this on air, but I am. So,
And there you go, internet.
yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Well,
Cool.
that
So
killed
what
the
else is
room.
going
Yeah,
Thanks,
on?
sorry.
Jared.
I know.
I want
Sorry.
this one. This one's incredible.
Yeah.
That's going at my desk.
Very cool. Yep. They're very, very easy. The case is only like $16.
Well, to
So-
be fair, you can kind of tell. it's a little, but it'll work fine.
Yep. It's good. And just plug it all in.
Yep.
And you don't have to have the LED indicator. It's just, I have to have it. Because, just I have to. Because I'm about
I think the
blinky
LED
lights.
I think the LED indicator would be okay, but for me, I'd take the extension off just so that it kind of glows behind there a little
Yes.
bit, right? So you just kind of have this neat little I
Yep.
see some light and some ambient, so it's not direct. I don't.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the LED strip. I'm trying to get Johnson Space Center to take one on, to put it on the entranceway. Have you ever been to JSC? You must have been.
Oh, years
Just,
ago.
Yeah.
I've actually not been there for Company X
Got it.
at all. Mm-hmm. Yep. I just don't. There's no need for me to go there.
That's a shame.
I mean-
they would just love you there.
Or hate me, one of the two.
No.
Because the people I interact with would know that I'm in the building and be like, oh.
Oh. Promise. They'd love you there. So
That's
the
what we do
entrance-
when you
one
come
of the
in.
main entrances into JSC, it's by Rocket Park, where they have the Saturn V and stuff, and they've got a big portola over it. So I'm trying to have them consider putting a big LED strip around there, so that, you know, hey, everyone at JSC, they're the reason why the space station's up there. So let everyone know.
Also, I'm mean to space station on the show. So
You what?
I'm mean to the space station on the show.
You are? You
am.
are?
I
So
am.
give me an example. I'd love to hear
not,
that.
I think my gripe with station isn't station itself. Actually, having an orbiting laboratory that has 5 humans on board is a good thing.
Yeah.
But Skylab, right? One launch got us 33% of the entire International Space Station. One launch.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, they had to do a little bit of repair work. They
Yes.
did not exactly
One
go as
launch
planned.
and some pogo oscillations. Later, they had to do a little.
So here's my connection to that.
Where's the solar panel?
I was
Put a blanket on it; it'll be fine.
so my connection to that is the woman who actually sewed that blanket together.
Oh wow, yeah.
It was the mother of, I would say, a good friend of mine, Herb, who is now retired from NASA. But he was giving us a tour around, and he pointed to a photo that's in Mission Control of this part of it, which is where they had to create that blanket. It was to do with overheating.
Yeah,
I
that's
think,
correct.
something.
Yeah. What was
So-
it? The solar panel didn't fully extend, and they couldn't power the systems to keep it cool. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
And
So,
it
chat
was
room
a-
can
And
correct
the
me.
parts of Dutta, correct me if I'm wrong on this,
have my
because you're
ear.
kind of like our resident expert.
Nerd.
But there was also supposed to be a micrometeoroid shield that was supposed to help with thermal control as well, and that was ripped off during the launch
yeah,
as well.
yeah.
So, and that was one of the big reasons, and it
don't
was
have
getting
my
up
earpiece
to
in.
into the hundreds of 110 degrees inside a station while they were
Fahrenheit?
Well, yeah, Fahrenheit, not Celsius. It wouldn't end well.
I just want international
Yes.
viewers. I just wanted
I
to
know.
be clear on that. Why is it all melty? So anyhow,
else? Anything
my
else?
point is,
yeah.
my gripe is, we have this orbiting laboratory, but what it was envisioned as, like, I guess it's kind of the shuttle station combination, right? So shuttle locked us to low Earth orbit for 30 years. It inhibited our exploration. It was a beautiful, majestic vehicle.
Right.
Absolutely triumph of engineering. It was incredible. It was stupid expensive.
Right.
And it got us nowhere. And my argument is we did so much more with the assets we had under the Apollo program and the Saturn V
Yeah.
than we ever did with shuttle. And yeah, cool, we built a bunch of stuff in space, but imagine in your mind's eye for a moment, what would have happened if we hadn't canceled the Saturn program, right? And we
Right.
continued building the Saturn Vs. Even if we didn't go to the moon, even if we just used them for exploration, or we just did what we did with Skylab, and you're like, let's just put a bunch of those modules together,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What you can do. You can use that now as an outpost to Mars. You can do so much stuff with that.
You can-
for not as much money, not even
Right.
remotely close to as much
But
money.
it just wasn't going to happen, right? I
Yeah,
mean, it
politics.
just,
So
yeah.
my thing
So-
is, I'm not mad at the engineers. I'm not mad at anyone that operates the thing. I think all of those are incredible people. Like, we've got these incredible systems. We have learned a lot. Although a lot of what we learned with the personalities and like not treating the space station like the lunar missions, where it's like go 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 constantly, happened actually not on station but on Skylab. Right. A lot of those first steps were Skylab, and
Yeah.
so I'm saddened that we don't have that.
Yeah, the Apollo applications program had just an unbelievable amount of things that they wanted to do, like a manned Venus flyby, and an actual station to Mars and Moon and things like that. But it's just, unfortunately, the political will of administrations.
But
Yeah,
in the end,
so my gripe
but
is
it's
not
also
with
political.
NASA at
It's
all.
also
Absolutely.
people. It's also us, right? It's also the people who, we didn't, whoever was around then in the States didn't sort of cry out for, we want something more.
Because they didn't.
So, yeah.
Ultimately what happened, Richard Nixon took office. He was like, what's the minimum we can do? That the shuttle program, when it was first designed, was actually an incredible program. It's not what got built.
Yeah.
It was more like the Max, like the Russian Max system, or it was more of more like Virgin Galactic, right? Where you've got kind of a space, two planes that basically split.
Yeah.
And that was supposed to go up to an orbiting space station, which was then a outpost. Like that's how we were going to get to Mars. That was von Braun's plan for getting from Earth to Mars. You have this orbiting station, and that's your launching pad to Mars. And it was a pretty cool planet and plan, and that's why you wanted the shuttle, because you wanted cheap and reliable and reusable access up to the station, up and back and forth and back and forth, in and out of our gravity well. That's what was supposed to happen, and they're like, nope, let's not do the station, let's just do the shuttle. Then the DoD got their hand on it, and they're like, let's make it this weird speck over here, and it all just went downhill from there. Anyhow.
Yeah, there were lots.
Yeah,
lots of
Neuropilot. So Neuropilot has a couple interesting comments. The Saturn V takes a lot to transport and launch. So did the shuttle. I believe the Saturn V ended up costing less per launch than shuttle. Is that a true statement, or is that a? Yeah, Doug is shaking his head, but I don't actually know the real numbers behind that. So I feel like that's correct.
I think it's 1.2 billion per launch of Saturn V, and something like 1.5 per shuttle.
So Tim Dodd, the everyday astronaut, is saying it's 1.2 billion for Saturn V per launch and 1.5 billion-ish, which is an interesting number because we gripe about the price of Space Launch System. I believe, unless I'm mistaken, Space Launch System launches will be less than either one of those.
Yes, they will be.
So it'll actually be one of the least expensive launchers that NASA has built for in the heavy lift class. No, that makes me sad.
Yeah.
That still doesn't matter if you don't have enough money in the bank to put a payload on it.
For Falcon.
I don't have my earpiece
9
in front of me.
Heavy.
Should I put
Dutta said it still doesn't matter if you don't have enough money in the bank to put a payload on it.
That's true. That's very true. That's very true. All right. Other questions for
Liam.
ISS above.
ISS above. Anything.
Takes a little bit. There's
Yeah.
a little bit of a delay,
The chat room's actually running the real numbers for me, which is so Dan TC24 going backwards via Wikipedia. The Saturn V cost $185 million in $69 to $71, which is $1.16 billion in 2016 value, of which 110 was for the vehicle. Space shuttle cost $450 million to $1.5 billion. But what's that range from? Oh, is it because the initial cost of the vehicle is so much? So I think we covered this a little bit, but Jackie asks, are there any plans to incorporate future space stations into the ISS above?
Yes, there are. Absolutely. Because Bill Nye supported
The planetary
that stuff.
guy.
So when
how
they
do we
launched
refer to
Light Sail.
How do we refer to Bill Nye now? So he's Bill Nye the science guy. Then he's Bill Nye the planetary guy. But now he's saving the world. So is he a science guy again, or is he Bill Nye the science and planetary guy?
He's still a science guy. I mean, planetary is under the umbrella of science.
So here it is. When I visit schools are still watching the Science Guy show.
Oh, so
they
it's that
know
good.
when I show Bill Nye up here.
Yep.
The kids go, oh yeah, we were watching his show on XYZ. You know?
All right. So I rudely interrupted you. So you're talking about Bill
What was I
Nye.
saying? So Bill Nye, so they're launching Light Sail 2 eventually on a Falcon 9 Heavy. They've got a little portion of the payload on one of those launches. So when that launches, the system will absolutely be able to track Light Sail as well as the International Space Station. So you'll see both of them on here probably. In my beta versions, I had it where you can switch it, so it's Light Sail above or ISS above. But I think really what I've got to do is find a way to have it show multiple on here, because I don't want it to not be showing ISS.
Can you get live tracking information from launch vehicles as well? Like, does Atlas publish that information?
No, not really.
That'd be kind of cool, right? If you could switch over and be like, oh, hey, there's live launch right now.
Yeah.
Boom, here it is. This is where it's located.
The orbital elements, I think they're somewhat delayed, and some of them they're created by crowdsourcing it. especially if it's a secret launch.
The X-33.
They tend not to show. That's not published in the regular places.
Sure.
Until someone literally people around the world have been actually creating the orbit track.
Jackie asked for the Russian space station too. Interesting fact. You currently are tracking the Russian space station in ISS above. You can choose.
Yep.
You can switch between the U.S. and the Russian station. Corrected. Said Chinese. So Tiangong.
And
2.
I didn't put that on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and part of that is that it's not permanently crewed
Sure.
as well. So I haven't looked at what the orbit.
Well, Tiangong
like
1
on it.
is falling back to Earth.
Yeah,
Yes.
heads up on that, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you should track Tiangong 1.
Yeah.
Be like orbital alert.
And that was cool. I remember you saying something about one of your viewers was talking about the coolness factor versus actually, just real solid science. One of the things that I love getting students present to is some of the math involved in this. I'm not anything like a top mathematician, but I had to. One of the things that surprised me is the speed of satellites in orbit has nothing to do with their mass. It just is entirely to do with the height of it above the Earth. So and there's a simple equation.
Orbit as well, right?
Yeah, the equation of the orbital velocity is so simple. The square root of g times m divided by r. So g, the gravitational constant, m, the mass of the Earth, divided by r, the radius from the center of the Earth. And that seems like such an incredibly simple equation. I love the elegance of that.
Yeah, but consider
And,
the speed involved for geosynchronous orbit.
Yeah.
I mean, what
Yeah.
is it? It's 28,000 miles an hour?
What, geosynchronous?
Geostationary, yeah.
Geostationary is about 1,000 miles an hour. roughly.
Because here's the thing, it's higher up.
You mean
Geostationary. Yeah, this is the wild thing.
Oh,
The
are
higher
you
you
Projection
are.
orbit is 22,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
it's
so
22,
injection
yeah.
in the geostationary,
Yeah.
you got to cook a little
Yeah.
bit to get up
Right.
there. So
Because
Yeah.
you need that delta V to get up there, but the actual orbital velocity goes down based on how high you are. Is that the way it goes around? Am I doing that right?
no, you didn't.
The higher
higher you are, the slower your
the
orbital
slower
velocity
your
is.
orbit.
Right, because
Yeah.
you don't have
And-
to move. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
And
Because down here you're like, Rah! You have to make that noise.
Yeah.
Ah!
Because you're trying not to fall.
Is
to
it
the,
really
you're,
as low
you're
as 1,000
constantly-
miles an hour?
What, in geosynchronous?
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. It's the same rotational, same speed of rotation at the Earth's equator. So it's just a little over 1,000 miles
That
per
actually
hour.
makes a ton of sense. I always saw the 22,000.
But wait, it's also super far away. So just because the surface of the Earth is moving at
Yeah.
1,000 miles an hour.
Let me check. If only I had some kind of a device that would
So
let me
I
check
have I
that.
have the equation. I have the equation on my laptop. Let me bring
Steph
it
is
up.
saying, nope. We're getting noped out of this.
Yeah. Cool. It's nice to get
I'm
notes.
probably wrong.
Oh, yeah, no,
Yes.
no, yeah.
I am
yeah.
wrong.
Yeah. So I've got the equation.
I
right
am wrong.
Here.
What is the
So,
speed?
The speed. Well, I don't have like a. I guess I could.
Here it is. That's the equation.
Yep.
So let me put it in. So geosynchronous. What's the
So
radius? What's the height above the Earth?
So the height is.
In
you need
miles or kilometers?
I'll
whichever.
give you kilometers since we prefer kilometers.
Okay.
35,786. Oh wow, I'm really wrong.
Yeah, what is the speed?
Yeah, but it's still not 17,000
You have
miles
to.
an hour.
Boy, did I get wrong today.
We're allowed to be wrong.
First I screw up the planets. Now I'm screwing up orbits.
What's the number?
So you have to move at 3.07 kilometers per second, which is roughly 6,867 miles per hour.
Yeah.
So, wow,
That's actually
I
still
was
a
wrong.
lot. It's actually a lot slower than I thought the number was going to. I for whatever reason thought it was going to be closer to the 17.5 that the station is going at, because the space station does travel at 17,500 miles per hour.
28,000 kilometers.
20, and that's where my 22 and 28s get all screwed up. because like one of them, like the injection is one speed, and then the ISS is the other speed. I can never remember which is which.
Yeah. Crazy pants stuff.
Yeah, so then your orbital period is 1,436 minutes, which is almost exactly one sidereal day. So,
How many football fields is that?
what, per second?
Yeah.
Let me see.
We're getting football fields per second. Stand by.
The important measurements.
So there's 10 point. Hold on a second. So 10.
And for the internet, if you could also calculate this, how fast would that be? How many fully grown African male lions in speed would that be?
Per day.
Yeah.
So at geosynchronous orbit, you're moving at 33.57 football fields per second.
33.57 football fields per second. That's
Yes.
good to know.
Yeah.
FPSs.
Yeah. What about football fields per meter joules squared?
All right. We've gone crazy pants.
Yes.
How many mini stoges per second? Mini stoge is the official measurement of tomorrow, by the way. 1 unit of mini stoge.
And what's a stoge?
Well-
I don't even know what a mini stoge is.
Well, it's like a stoge,
it-
but it's miniature.
So I don't know what a stoge is. Is that just because I'm British? I don't know what a stoge
no,
is.
no, Stoge.
What's a stoge?
You know, that is a
how do you spell
very,
that?
That's actually very deep. It's a very deep question when you think about it. What is
Her
what?
name is Lisa Stojanowski. She goes by Lisa Stoge.
Oh, it's a
or
person.
Mini Stoge. She happens to be 5 foot tall.
Oh, I got it. Okay, so it's really an homage to a person. Oh, that's so.
Also,
That's so
that might be
nice.
the shirt for the show. What's a stoge? Let alone what's a mini stoge. Also, we're pronouncing it wrong.
Oh, what? How is
it's
it
not,
pronounced?
It's not stoge. It's
No, it's Stojanowski.
it's stoge.
Stojanowski.
But we said.
It was an Australian accent,
Okay.
so I still think it is Stojanowski. She's just saying it not American.
Although at geosynchronous orbit, you are moving 2,014.435 stoges per second. So,
Mini stoges per second, not a full stoge.
Not a full Stoge.
A mini stoge.
well, how big's a mini stoge
Yeah.
compared to a full stoge?
A mini Stoge is 5 foot.
Okay, so a mini stoge then is 1.524 meters.
But then how big is a stoge then?
Unknown.
Yeah, I,
Variable.
Yeah, now we're just guys.
Yeah, I mean-
Nobody knows.
Okay.
you can't.
Has
know.
anyone here met the full stoge?
No, you can't know.
I've only
The
met
f-
the mini Stoge.
You have met the mini stoge. Okay.
I don't even know if she's in the room right now.
She's gonna be really pissed at us.
Oh God.
Talk about it.
Ah.
I guess technically Lisa Stoge is a full size Stoge.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Lisa
'cause she
Sto-
is. However mini she is. So, and sorry, Lisa, right? Is that her
Yes,
name?
Lisa.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I apologize for talking
Well, her
about
first
you, and
name
I've
is
never
Minnie.
met.
I believe her first name is Minnie.
It was mini.
What else we got here, chat room? Come on, bring it on. Ask the tough questions that aren't too tough. Oh, Sarge enzyme in ISS above. Can you change the units displayed? So can I
Yes.
go from imperial to metric
Yes.
to stoge?
Just a setting, change it to metric.
Okay. Can
Yeah.
you add stoge as an Easter egg? That'd be fantastic.
Like Carrie Ann very quickly over there. No.
People would be like, "What's a stoge?"
I'm glad I'm not the only one. How do you spell her last name? Is she on Facebook?
Oh God.
T-O-J.
Lisa at Lisa. Well, it's at Lisa Stoge now?
Stojanowski,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Is she like Polish?
So Chris is saying there were a few questions from earlier that weren't answered. Let me see if I can see them in. Are they in hosts? Let's see here. So Dada asks, does it still have LEDs to blinky blinky if you don't plug it into your TV? Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
what the first one did. Mm-hmm. Although you're blinky blinky right now, right?
Yeah. So because this one is set as if it's somewhere in Kazakhstan and it's going right over. It's going right over. In fact, it's a visible pass. And yeah, it's. I was very surprised at this. At 2:21 a.m. their time, it's a visible pass of the space station.
Wow, that is.
That is very. So it's
Quite.
It's where I put this. Yeah, I don't know what latitude it's on. Oh, there it is. So it's right. So it's really up, pretty high, and it's during summertime. So the sun is just in a position where it's visible very early in the morning.
Chris asks, is that small screen version, this one right here that we keep picking up, using the official Raspberry
It
Pi
is.
touchscreen?
Yeah,
Does
the
it have any
official-
touch features in the software?
It has no touch features.
Lars von Braun asks, how customable is the ISS above? I know nerds like to have extra features if they can.
Yeah, it's not at all customizable. So I haven't opened it up so that it's, and that really comes down to, I've locked the default SSH password on it. There's always ways around it.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5.
Because without that, these are very hackable. So if people put them on a public network and it has the default Pi Raspberry login,
I am a bot.
yeah, that sort of stuff happens. So now I am.
You could have a virus named after you.
Yeah, I could. I could do. I got very worried
The
about that at one
Liam
point.
Bastard virus.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. I'd go with that. That would be great. Got to register that domain though, right? And what else is going on? Yeah, so I am seriously looking at creating a version that is open source, that will have the capacity to do, the basic tracking and allow people to build their own add-on display devices and things.
More
Just
blinky
to code
lights.
that more blinky lights, LCDs, and things like that.
Sarge Enzyme asks, you mentioned the ISS above is constantly being updated. What's in store for the future?
Yeah, I mentioned a little bit about it, and I'm trying to think what did I do with that? Because I've got a new card for you. It's the one where it'll work in multiple panels. So, and you can target different parts of the displays to different panels. So if you just want, so you can have this in one panel permanently. At the moment, you can also change the timing of these right now. So there's a lot of customizations. Ah, there you go. Yeah, that's sort of.
Well done, Dutta.
Yeah. So, and where did I put the? Anyway, hopefully I've got it somewhere around here. Maybe it's in my box over there. I wanted to leave you with that version. So the demo version is out there, and I am looking for beta testers. So if we can sort of work out how to do that. But it's installable just with clicking a URL link. It'll install the beta version of that onto it. Also, I want it, so at the moment it really is just talking about live views from HDev. I'm also looking to have it push, with your permission, live events that are related to the space station, or it could be a SpaceX launch, so that's going to the station. So
Yeah,
there'll be something that will.
That's what Launch Library is for. We have an open database of all the upcoming launches.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why
All right.
it was built. Free for life. Just use it.
Right.
You just, I think rule number 1 is you have to be a good citizen. Yep. So no hammering it every 5 seconds with all your 10,000 users.
So this is where we may need to look at how that's done. What I may do is have that API on my system.
Sure.
So maybe it's I sort of pull it and I'm basically a mirror.
Yeah,
So,
I think it depends on the number of users, right? So
Yeah.
for a lot of these smaller, because we're used, Launch Library is used in a ton of phone apps and everything
Yeah,
else. And for the
okay.
really small ones, where they're a couple hundred, no problem, right? If you're querying every few minutes,
Yeah.
a couple hundred every few minutes, not a big deal. But if you've got 1,000 or 10,000 units that are all querying once a second, that's a problem,
Yeah.
right? Now at that point, we're going to be no,
Yeah.
you need to
So
offload that.
Yeah, and I've got 1,700 out there.
Yeah, you're up on the higher
now,
end of where we'd be
so-
like, but you know, if they're only querying every few minutes,
Yeah.
1,700. I'm saying this.
Right.
The developer's probably like, no, but yeah, I mean that can all be worked out.
No, and I could definitely do it where they're, because I would, download that information. It wouldn't necessarily, I wouldn't be querying it live. I'd be querying it once a day, for instance. So,
Yeah. Well, I mean,
and it could be all at different times of the day based on the local time of the device. So,
frankly, at once per day, 1,700 is not a big deal. What the system's designed to do is allow you to query it even more often, so that during a launch you can actually get like status updates as to like, oh, we've gone no go, the date has slid, things like that. Because you actually get, in addition to the launch data, you actually get slightly more.
Right.
Like we present as much as we
so
can.
who is updating that?
That is a great question. There are what we call launch librarians. Wicked from our chat room is really just been incredible and taken this on as a project. And I've, whether he realizes it or not, I think he does.
Yeah.
I've kind of been like, yours now. So whatever he says, I'm like, yep, whatever Wicked says. But there are actually a group of librarians around the world that keep the entire database up to date. They've got a Discord channel where they maintain everything. Some pretty great communication, a whole back end. So it's actually a series of humans that go out. And it's awesome and infuriating at the same time, because a site like Spaceflight Now, they're just going to, I'm not to single them out, but they'll have some inside sources and they'll update their data and be like, oh, well, this is launching here.
I
Except
used to
that
have a lot of problems. It goes down.
Launch Library or
it?
Spaceflight Now?
No. Spaceflight. I know there's one of the sites where during a launch, their servers would just not work.
Yeah, I don't know if that's been fixed, like their
it
live
has.
updates
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, I haven't been there for a while. But the thing with launch libraries, until they can validate it, like truly validate that launch, they're not going to put it
And
in
you've
there.
got an API into it, sort of
That's
JSON and
That's exactly
stuff,
correct. It's JSON,
okay,
so you tie right into it. You can query, be like, hey, show me what the next launch is. It'll even give you like pictures and like
Right.
all this incredible statistics. And it's actually built for developers specifically. So Launch Library is designed for you to create applications to
right.
inspire people. That's why it's there. Because maintaining a launch database is awful, right? And we looked and like everyone's trying to do their own.
Yep.
Everyone's doing something different. Here you go, more live views from space. So we're like, look, we'll just give this to you.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So you've got also landing on there?
I don't think we have landing.
not-
and that's where
yeah.
a lot of these debates come from, which is, what do you put into the Electron rocket or like a test launch? Does that go in there? A Virgin Galactic flight.
Yeah.
Does that go in there? Right? So
A Blue Origin up and down, yeah.
yeah, exactly, right? That is not, I mean, that's a test flight. I think we kind of determined if we think it's interesting, it should probably be in there, but that may not always hold, right? Because
Yeah.
we may lose interest in X, Y, or Z. I don't know. Whatever Wicked says, that's how
Right.
that works. Wicked is the master of the library. He's the master librarian.
Got it.
He gets whatever he wants. Wicked says no landing info. Yeah. Time for landinglibrary.net. Although, to be fair to Wicked, Launch Library does offer, inside of each vehicle, you can set up specific events for at T minus whatever this happens, at T plus whatever this happens.
All right.
You could, in theory, to Wicked, in the vehicle, for like Falcon 9, you could say, well, okay, for CRS-11 at T plus 9 minutes or whatever it is, we're expecting a landing. And you would, as a developer, be able to query the events inside of the rocket.
Right.
Inside of the launch. Yeah. Stuff and things. There you go. Are we
Very
winding
cool.
down, children's? Are we getting hungry?
And I'm going to go pick up my daughter who lives a few miles away.
No, all right.
She's spending time with us.
I think
All
that's
right.
the show, everyone.
I will-
Thank you, everyone, so much. I hope you all go get an ISS above and go get people excited about launch stuff in space. These are cool little devices. We're off next week, but we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye bye.